Good day, learners. Welcome back to television-based format learning experience or TBFLEx, your reliable source for flexible and engaging learning. As always, this is Sir Mark. Every day is an opportunity to become better versions of ourselves. So what are you waiting for? Buckle up and join me as we explore, learn and enjoy the wonderful world of English Grade 8. Hello there! After you have deepened your understanding on the importance of identifying authors' biases from our last lesson, for our second TBFLEx episode, you are expected to learn how to identify propaganda techniques used in a given text. But before that, make sure that you have your pen, paper, and Grade 8 self-learning module with you. Once again, mark my word that this is going to be fun. Let's go!
In today's social media-driven society, you'll come across different posts, advertisements, and commercials to convince you to try products, services, or even subscribe to a specific line of thinking. This method uses various techniques to influence human actions by the manipulation of representations. These representations may take spoken, written, pictorial, or musical forms. So, it is a must that you develop a deeper understanding of these concepts and ideas.
Don't worry, TBFLEx has got you covered. Now, let's take a look and guess the names of the products or services based on the given taglines.
After each statement, you will be given 5 seconds to provide your answers. Number 1. It's finger licking good. So what do you think is the correct answer? Exactly. The correct answer is KFC. Number 2. The quality you can trust. So what do you think is the correct answer? You're right. The correct answer is Boys and Paints. Number 3. We find ways. So what do you think is the correct answer? Precisely. The correct answer is BDO. Number 4. We've got it all for you. So what do you think is the correct answer? Yup, you're right. It's SM Super Malls. Number 5. In the service of the Filipino. So what do you think is the correct answer? Correct. It's ABS-CBN. Did you get the correct answers? That's marvelous! Through this activity, we had a sneak peek on how advertisers use propaganda techniques in creating taglines that will catch the attention of possible consumers like you. Now, are you ready to discover more about propaganda techniques?
Yes, sir. Worthy and ready.
That's great!
Propaganda is used to publicize or promote a particular political or commercial cause or viewpoint. Usually one-sided information intended to either support or threaten a pre-existing idea. Furthermore, we have to remember that propaganda appeals to the emotions rather than the intellect.
In addition, propaganda uses a variety of communication techniques that create an emotional appeal to accept a particular belief or opinion, to adopt a certain behavior, or to perform a particular action. Also, there is some disagreement about whether all persuasive communication is propagandistic, or whether the propaganda label can only be applied to dishonest messages. These are the basic propaganda techniques. Number 1. Bandwagon. Bandwagon persuades consumers by telling them that others are doing the same thing. You are attracted and convinced to use a product or join an activity because everyone is doing it. The propagandist puts forth the idea that everyone is doing this, or everyone supports this person or cause. So should you. For example,
The bandwagon approach appeals to the conformist in all of us. No one wants to be left out of what is perceived to be a popular trend.
Number 2. Testimonial. This happens when a product is sold by using words from famous people or authority figures. This is the celebrity endorsement of a philosophy, movement, or candidate. In advertising, for example, athletes are often paid millions of dollars to promote sports shoes, equipment, and fast food. In political circles, movie and television stars, rock stars, and athletes lend a great deal of credibility and power to a political cause or candidate. For example,
It may also use some who aren't famous but claim to have used the product successfully to achieve their goals.
Number 3. Repetition. This happens when a product's name is repeated at least 4 times in an advertisement. Propagandists use repetition to link themes to certain groups or ideas. For example,
Social scientists Christopher Paul and Miriam Matthews state, repetition leads to familiarity, and familiarity leads to acceptance.
Number 4. Emotional words. This happens when words that will make a consumer feel strongly about something or someone are used. For example,
words such as luxury, beautiful, paradise, and economical are used to evoke positive feelings from the viewers.
Number 5. Name calling. Name calling ties a person or cause to a largely perceived negative representation. It also uses names that evoke fear or hatred in the viewer by linking a person or idea to a negative symbol. For example,
Propaganda has been an effective tool in shaping public opinion and action for centuries. Propaganda, however, may traffic in lies, misinformation, inflammatory language, and negative communication to achieve its goal, objective, or political agenda. That is why it is a must that we develop a deeper understanding about these propaganda techniques so that we can act and respond accordingly. At this point, are you ready to apply what you have learned in our discussion? That's great!
Identify the propaganda techniques used in the following advertisements.
Number 1.
Number 2.
Number 3.
Number 4.
Number 5.
These are the correct answers. Number 1. It's testimonial. Number 2. It's bandwagon. Number 3. Emotional words. Number 4. Repetition. And number 5. Name calling.
How well did you do in our exercise? Did you get the answers correctly? Excellent! I knew you could do it! Now that you have got the hang of it,
Kindly get your third quarter, week 2 learner's packet or LEAP and accomplish the engagement, assimilation, and assessment parts of the lesson. Just remember what we have discussed, and I'm sure you will ace these learning tasks.
so what do you think of today's episode? If you have an extra time, go ahead and flex what you have learned from our discussion in your social media accounts. Don't forget to include our official hashtags, hashtag TBFLEx, and hashtag flexible learning. Once again, this is Sir Mark, your guide to flexible and engaging learning. TBFLEx.